Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and today we're gonna do something a little bit different. So it's been almost a year now since I started my channel, and one thing I've realized as I post LOR videos every single day, that there are some decks and some videos that I post only once or twice, and then we never touch that deck again. So I figure, we have enough of a history of different videos that we have done, that it would be a cool idea to go back and revisit some of the older archetypes or some of the older decks that we have done in the past that you all enjoy watching us play, and kind of do a little quick shout out at them again and kind of update some of the deck lists again. So today's video, we're going to cover four decks that we have posted in the past before, whether it's 3 months ago or all the way from like 10 months ago. Kind of update that deck list a little bit, tell you what I would play if I was to play this deck in this current meta, and then you can take a look at that, give it a shot, give a shot on those decks if you want to give them a shot. Most of them are kind of like non-meta decks, so it's kind of more like a fun video here, and kind of go from there. Also, this is an idea that I kind of want to start doing maybe every 2 weeks or so. So if there are any decks or any video that you really enjoy, and any particular archetype or deck that you want us to revisit again and kind of give a makeover, give an update on, just leave a comment below. Give a comment below. Give me your suggestions for what you want us to cover from 2 months ago. You can go to our channel here. If you're not subscribed, you make sure that you subscribe. But you can go through our video here and go through our catalog of video. Go all the way down to the bottom, right where we started back in January 2022. And start getting some ideas. We have covered a lot of cool decks, right? So just go down, pick your favorite decks, suggest them for us to give it a shot and try out on the next edition of this video. I think it's a nice way for us to kind of revisit some older archetypes that might not deserve their own video, but still might be interested in you guys to try it out. But anyways, so again, today we're gonna showcase 4 decks. You're going to already see them in the thumbnail, so maybe you already have an idea. We're going to cover Veigar Trundle. We're going to cover Udyr Tahm Kench. We're going to cover Sumpworks Posse with Legion Deserter. And then we also going to cover, what was the last one that I covered? It's going to be the Rek'Sai, the Turbo Rek'Sai. So Turbo Rek'Sai is going to be the last one of those 4 that we're going to cover today. So I'm going to post the updated list below. I'm going to post links to all the old videos below as well, so that you can go back and take a look at them if you like to. So I hope you enjoy this experiment. Let me know if you like it. Let me know what decks you want us to kind of revisit again and kind of go from there. Enjoy the games coming up soon. So the next deck that I wanted to showcase today was going to be Sumpworks Posse. So this was from a video that I did 6 months ago. I don't know which one of you were around here to remember this, but the idea with this deck, as I'm going to explain when we go to the deck list, is that you're able to play the Sumpworks Posse together with the Legion Deserter, because the way that this interaction works with the Legion Deserter and the Sumpworks Posse, remember, Legion Deserter says, I gain all ally everywhere buffs. It also includes the transformation from the Carrion Sunworker. So once you're able to transform 2 Carrion Sunworkers into the Posse, the Sumpworks Posse, it means that every Legion Deserter in your deck also becomes a Sumpworks Posse. So it ends up being 3 additional Posse that you wouldn't have otherwise. And this whole deck is kind of like a combo deck combining that interaction, so that you get as many Sumpworks Posse in the deck as in the field as possible. It was a really fun deck here. Let's see some of the comments here. Yeah, it actually becomes the post itself, right? Somebody commented the same thing. So also, I mean, yeah. So we go. Let's go through the deck real quick. I actually didn't change this deck whatsoever. So this is one of the lists that this is the exact same list as it was 6 months ago, because this combo is already so clean as it is. Really, the biggest thing that I was thinking maybe changing was the Decimates, because the Decimate got nerfed to 6 mana, but it's still good enough as 6 mana as a finishing way to burn the opponent's deck. Because at the end of the day, it's an elusive burn deck, because the Sumpworks Posse are 4/2 elusives that also deal 1 damage to the Nexus, so you end up adding a lot of damage early on. Notice that we only have, the only units that we have in this deck is Carrion Sunworkers and Triple Legion Deserter. The reason that we're doing that is because we're playing the Triple Grave Physician, which is going to guarantee that we draw either the Sumpworkers or the Deserter. Okay, so this is the whole game plan here, that we play the Physician, I guess it could also draw itself, so I guess you can keep that in mind. But there's a good chance that you're going to draw a Sumpworkers or a Legion Deserter every time that you play Physician. So we don't want to have any other unit in our deck so that we make this as consistent as possible. Then we have stuff like Blood for Blood and Iterative Improvement. Both of this allow us to copy our Sumpworkers or our Posse to actually be able to bring back more of them, more Posse in our field. Also, ignore the way that I say Sumpworks Posse, because I mean, I'm gonna switch it up every time, man. My accent doesn't help. And then obviously we just play a lot of the other Noxus and PSC too to actually let us to get more of them in the field. So we talked about Blood for Blood and improvement. We have Rummage to let us actually draw into our combo with Stress Testing to let us draw even more. They're pretty cheap at 2 mana. Really the only expensive cards that you have are Legion Deserter if it hasn't been transformed yet. But the moment it transforms, it will always be transformed to the Sunwork poster, even if it's in your deck. We can play Joyrick and Pearl Cannon for additional units that we can use to block. Tantric to actually get our combo. Vision, really cool, because obviously you can discard it and make our losers even stronger. Survivor Skill is very critical. Survivor Skill is very critical at keeping your posse alive against like Mystic Shot or anything like that to allow you to actually commit to get the transformation. Decimates and get excited. I like to kind of just finish up the game with some burn. And yeah, this deck is super fun. So I hope you enjoyed the game today, and if you want to see more of how we play this deck, just check out this video from 6 months ago. It's going to be in the description below because it's literally the exact same list as it was back then. So enjoy the game. In this matchup, we're going against what looks to be Talents, which is a little bit annoying because they will have access to like Mystic Shots, right, to be able to kill our Sunworks Posse. We have the Blood for Blood, so let's see if we can get one of our Sunwork Korean Sumpworkers. There we go. Shearing Sumpworkers. Shearing Sumpworkers. Again, though, I'm very scared of Mystic, right? So this kind of sucks. Might have to just wait for the opponent to tap out of mana. Maybe they decide to do timelines here. Maybe the timeline. Okay, so now this is better. Now I can save my Sumpworker because we have survivor skills, right? So because we have survivor skills, we can actually keep our Sumpworkers alive, even through a Mystic Shot. So now I feel comfortable, right? That's the reason why we play survivor skills. Just exactly for this reason. I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Blood for Blood right now, just so that we can actually be mana efficient, and then go for the Sumpworker next turn. Now it means that every other Sumpworker that we draw, or every Legion Deserter is going to be a Sumpworkers by itself as well. Unfortunately, we are going to have to be careful about all this damage that the opponent is dealing to us, but that's okay. Opponent's incentivized to Mystic here, right? So opponent has to be incentivized to Mystic here. Oh, okay. So now we can go like this. He's going to push 5 damage. Do I still need to keep this? Do I still need to keep these survivor skills? Opponent didn't show to have Mystic last turn. I guess they could have Aftershock this turn. He's giving us draw. Thank you, opponent. That's all I want. I want more Sumpworkers. Oh, look at that. Oh, wait, he's still fine. He's still fine because he's gonna die to the skill. Thank you, opponent. Yeah, he's gonna die to the Circuit Breaker. So it won't actually be able to block. Yeah, it dies to the Circuit Breaker, so we still get to push an additional point of damage, and now we have 2 Sumpworks Pros on the field. Thank you, opponent. I appreciate it. We could have gone for the Vision. I don't think I want to do the Vision yet. I think I still want to be able to have access to survivor skills in case the opponent tries to kill the Sumpworks Pros. Oh, that's huge. That is huge because that gives me a draw. And the only units that we play in our deck, aside from Physician, are gonna be Posse or Deserter, right? So now we're able to play the Physician and have access to potentially another Sumpworks Posse. Now, I do need to be careful that I haven't just died, though. I do need to be careful that I don't die. We could also discard the stress testing. If we discard the Vision, this becomes a fearsome blocker into the Researcher. And we still have access to another Sumpworks Post right here. And this is gonna deal 10. If the opponent targets this one, that's a good target. That's a good target. I was gonna say if they target this one, we could have saved there, right? But this is actually such a good hit because he's able to actually kill the other one over here. We still have access to another one. Opponent cannot attack anymore, by the way, because this is going to be able to block their Poro Sled. So the opponent doesn't even have an attack anymore. Hey, hello? You do know I have survivor skills here, right? Are they that desperate for... That was such a good hit, right? Because if it was something that only targeted my 5-2, we save it, and then we have lethal next turn. But because it was something that actually targeted my 5-2 and also killed my other one, they were able to push damage through. Yeah, I'm just gonna go like this. I'm just gonna keep all my blockers. I mean, this thing is gonna die anyways, right? We play another Oro here. This is gonna be 5, 9, 10, 12. You're gonna go down to 2, and if we get a Decimate or get excited, you lose the game. You're gonna have to commit for a very nice next turn, otherwise you are losing to all my damage. Harsh Winds. Okay, so they have the Harsh Winds. Well, that means that they tap out of very nice. So they tap out of very... The stress testing is a little bit awkward because we don't have access to Rummage just yet. I guess let's play the Poro. I don't think opponent has anything that can kill us here next turn. They don't play like Caustic Rift, which would be the only punish to this. And they tapped out of the very nice. Yeah, the Harsh Winds, okay, the Harsh Wind gives them a turn. They have shown us that they don't have like direct removal, right? So they have to dig. They have to dig for the direct removal. And the moment that we get a Rummage, we're gonna be set because we're gonna refill our whole hand. Rummage is a good hit. Interactive Improvement is a good hit. Yeah, Rummage, Interactive Improvement. There's a lot of hits that we have, but another stress testing is not it though. Yeah, that was not it. I have to open to play around the very nice. Even if I want to do the survival skill. So I'm losing to a second Harsh Wind. So opponent's gonna get an answer here, potentially 2. If they play another unit, I think I got a survival skills this turn. Like if they play another unit here and actually get challenging on this Broadwind, I need survival skills. Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna survival skills right here. That way we're not losing any of that Sun Workers and force the opponent to have the removal next turn. So survival skill makes it so that I don't lose any of my units, and opponent's gonna have to have the freeze next turn. They haven't surrendered yet, so there's a good chance that they do have it. It's a good chance they have it. They don't have very nice, but they did get something from the like the thing is that I don't know what to play about. I guess let's go here. Let's go here. Oh, that's perfect. Let's go like this. That way I don't have to play around like a Shock Blast or any random spell from Ferrous Financier, right? Because I don't know what the Ferrous Financier could have gotten. And if I was only playing around very nice, I probably would develop my other Poros. It also doesn't matter because we ended up not getting anything worth developing. So it has to be a second Harsh Winds or bust. And the second Harsh Winds is enough to save them, unfortunately. But it does slow them down. They won't. I guess they can do the Ice Pillar next turn. They still lose a unit here. Oh, they have freeze. They do have 3 sisters as well. Like, they do main deck that. Yeah, I mean that's a good point. They do main deck the 3 sisters, and they finally got hard removal. They finally got the get excited. So they finally got hard removal. They only take 4. We need more. We need more Sun Workers. What did they discard? Castaway. The good thing is that they I guess they dragged the wrong unit, by the way. They dragged the wrong unit. We have another Get Decimate, and we also have another Get Excited in our deck that could finish the game. They killed the wrong unit with the Get Excited because they were having able to kill the 4-1. Next turn. That's a lot of draw. That's 4 cards that we're gonna draw now. That's 4 cards that we're gonna draw right now. That's kind of crazy. I guess we lose this Sumpworks anyways, right? We lose this Sumpwork anyways. Because the Trundle can kill it. The opponent also gets the Tactician. What if we just go like this? What if we just go now? And just pass? I'm okay with discarding this, by the way. I'm okay with discarding this, because if I discard the Bishan, like if the opponent passes back here, and the Bishan gets discarded, I guess what I have to be afraid of is, can the opponent get to 13? This is 5 plus 5, so the opponent just needs to have 3 8-cost spells or more to be able to actually kill us. Because whatever unit I summon is gonna get blocked, it's gonna get pulled by the Broadwind. So if the opponent has like, but the opponent will have to have Very Nice. Or if they have an It That Stairs, I'm also screwed, right? So if they have an It That Stairs, I'm screwed. So they're gonna just play it slow. They're gonna play it slow. I'm gonna just play a second. Yeah, if it's like It That Stairs, it's a little bit scary. That's not, they're not enlightened yet, right?
Get out here.
They're not enlightened, so that doesn't work. So now we can just go all the Sumpworks Posse that we want. Maybe I shouldn't have played this until after the opponent attacked. Yeah, they're not enlightened yet, so they decided to instead go. Yeah, I think we just win. We just win on the open. They're not enlightened, so they cannot play the It That Stairs. Yeah, you can kill that. You can pull one of these guys, and then we just block the 5/5. We live at 5. We're gonna have another Sumpworks Posse because of the air improvement, and everything's gonna get Vision mana as well. I mean, the opponent is at 14 HP, so that is a little bit scary. But the Vision is the perfect card to get discarded by stress testing, because it's gonna buff my whole board up anyways. And now everything here is the perfect lethal that we're looking for. We have to open to play around the It That Stairs. And that's 23 damage. And there we go. We got that. The card from Pharaoh's Financier ended up being not a great card, right? Revitalizing Roar. But I think it was correct for us to play around it, because it could have been like a Shock Blast or something else. And just present that open attack last turn. So I told you all, the moment I got that Rummage with all the stress testings, we were going to win the game. And it showed up right there. So GG's. So this Nets deck is one of my favorite decks of all time. And some of you might have actually found out about my channel because of this deck that I posted 10 months ago. And that's going to be Tahm Kench Udyr. Back then, so I had 2 videos on this, and both of them are 10 months ago. Right around when I was about a month into my channel, this video got 2.5k views, which again, these days now, that's like my standard. But back then, when I only had like 500 subscribers, this was my biggest video ever by far. And I want to know how many of you guys actually joined my channel and subscribe because of this. All credits goes to C. He was the one that recommended this deck initially on my Twitch chat. And then I started playing it, and I was like one of the only people playing Udyr back in those days, because Udyr was really bad. Remember that Udyr only leveled up if you hit the Nexus, right? It didn't level up through the stand swap. So Udyr had to get reworked since this video was posted. So I figured, one of my biggest videos ever, one of my favorite decks ever, figured that this would be a perfect deck to actually, you know, bring back up today during this whole special video. If you all want to go back and look at that, go down memory lane, you can take a look at that and kind of see how this deck works out a little bit better. But let's kind of jump at this right away. The previous deck list back then, remember, Udyr used to level up if you hit the Nexus. I think it used to be like you had to hit the Nexus like 7 different times or something like that. I forgot the exact number. So this deck build was built around, you know, trying to level up Udyr by hitting your own Nexus with stuff like the Bone Scryer, things like the Ice Shard, right? You have access to Ember Maiden, and we used to play Scar Grounds so that we didn't take that much damage. That used to be the old Udyr. But the game plan used to be the same. Your idea is to give Tahm Kench regeneration with the stance swaps. You give Tahm Kench regeneration, and it allows you to just lock down the opponent. Today's deck list looks a lot different, right? So there's a new deck list that I'm showcasing, updating the previous deck list. Looks a lot different because we no longer need to worry about hitting the Nexus. So now we kind of can just play around actually playing the stance swaps out. We got a new card that was released since the last video, which is Inner Beast, which helps us level up Udyr a lot and also adds more consistency to this deck because now I can just have Tahm Kench play Inner Beast and then play the regeneration and don't have to worry about having an Udyr on our field, which is one of the weaknesses that the deck used to have before, that if you don't draw Udyr or you don't draw your Wanderer, you didn't have a great way to give Tahm Kench regeneration. Now we have another way to do it with Inner Beast, and as well as still keep the one of Shaman's Call. Again, the purpose of this deck for the most part is Tahm Kench lockdown. You want to lock down with the Tahm Kench, give it regeneration, and just start eating all the opponent's units and prevent them from doing anything. Except that now we have a much more powerful alternate win condition with Udyr leveling up so easily because of the stance swaps. And going more for like a draw-centric approach, we can play Sentry, we can play Anakaboros now, which is a new card compared to before. Fortune Croak is still a good pick in my opinion, gives us an additional draw. Bilge Rider gives us access to heavy metal, which is really good in this meta where we have a lot of docking equipment that we would love to destroy, because this is destroying the equipment and also dealing 2 to that unit, so feels really nice. Tyrant Keeper for some healing. The Babbling Björk got buffed, right? So now it's a great tutor so that we make sure that we always have Udyr in our hand, as well as still being a good blocker. And Harsh Winds is also 5 mana now, so it feels really, really nice to play Harsh Winds to keep our units alive. The rest of the spells are kind of focused on more keeping Tahm Kench alive, like Elixir of Iron and Trollshan are there to make sure that you get good captures for your Tahm Kench when you're having it die. This deck is one of my favorite decks ever, so I hope you enjoyed the one game that we're going to showcase on today. And yeah, let us know if any of these decks are stuff that you want us to actually make a full video on, and we can look into that as well. So enjoy the game. In this match, we're going against GP Sejuani. So Plunder. I have a good chance of locking them out. I might need the Tavern Keeper. Because I'm gonna have to heal up some of the damage that I'm gonna take, right? I don't have any good things that I can do on the first few turns until I get my my Tahm Kench on the field set up, and then obviously Udyr also kind of giving us the regeneration of the Tahm Kench. So in the meantime, I need to be able to just heal this damage up, right? I might have to use the Anakaboros instead of the Tavern Keeper now so that we can block this open attack. If the opponent open attacks, yeah, then the Anakaboros is the same thing as dealing with the Tavern Keeper. So we go here. To play Tahm Kench next turn, I guess the only downside with the Anakaboros is that it doesn't give me mana for Tahm Kench, for the Tahm Kench Acquired Taste next turn, right? This is the opponent's benefit to just aggro us down, right? So they're gonna continue doing that. We're gonna play the Tahm Kench, but it's not gonna do anything. Harsh Winds is huge. Harsh Winds is huge because it could potentially keep me alive long enough for me to stabilize with the Tahm Kench. Unleash Energy? Okay, that's bad. Because that's going to be an additional 3 damage here, right? From each one of these units. This is going to be 4, 7, 8 because of the impact. We can block one of the 3 ones, but I don't know if that's going to do anything for us. If the opponent doesn't open attack, we can Tavern Keeper. But I definitely want to do the regen here. What if we go Inner Beast here? If we're gonna regen anyways. Force the opponent to have the double make a rain. Right? I guess it's kind of easy for them to have double make it rain though, right? So maybe we just pass.
Hello, new best friend.
I guess I can't play around it. I can't play around it. If they have double make it rain, they have it. If they don't have it, they don't have it. We're still in a position where we're at 6 HP. Alright, so we're at 6 HP. We have Harsh Winds though. We can play Tavern Keeper, get ourselves back up to 9.
Oh, I don't require
Have Harsh Winds enable. Ironically, we probably need to wait for the opponent to commit something first. We can Tavern Keeper here. TP.
Let's take this outside.
Make it rain. So make it rain makes it so that I cannot actually stop, like I cannot actually eat up the GP. We do have Harsh Winds. We have Harsh Winds. We have Harsh Winds to stop the attack. So we have the Harsh Winds to stop the attack. To stop the damage. We can eat up the Shell Shocker. Oh, that's BS. I guess I gotta go like this now, right? I gotta go for this parley. I gotta go for this because I need to have the blocker. I need to have the blocker. That stops the parley. We hit this guy up. We regen back up. We block. Harsh Winds the 7. We take 2. Plus 4. I mean, yeah, plus another 2. We take 4. We go down to 3.
Let us peruse this establishment's fare.
So we go down to 3. We can eat up.
Fire.
Yeah, so we go like this. I guess we... No, because I want to... So... We block here.
Talk about your tab.
And we block here.
Delectable.
We go down to 3 HP. We Harsh Winds this 2. We go down to 5. I guess we should have blocked the Mirai Warden, by the way. We should have blocked the 3-2, right? Because I forgot that this Tavern Keeper dies. And we try to eat up this this DP. Alright. Slowly but surely we're getting there. Okay, we go down to 4. Problem again though is that the opponent, we need to draw another Tavern Keeper, right? I guess we have another Harsh Winds to let us survive, but we really need another Tavern Keeper. We fight another Tavern Keeper, we're in trouble. We can play the Jurg, gives myself another unit. One and plays the Butcher. And we just pass? I guess we just pass, right? It's always the pass here. I have the Harsh Winds. I have the Harsh Winds to stop lethal. And we just trade. They have the second GP. We pull the damage here. We still have enough to kill GP. Because we have access to a Elixir of Iron. We have Elixir of Iron, which lets my Tahm Kench stay alive. Tahm Kench also levels up right here. Okay, so we're still in a good spot, and opponent just gave us a GP for free. Opponent just gave us a GP for free. We have a leveled up Tahm Kench. We're still in a decent spot. We have another Harsh Winds here. We have Trollshan. Oh my goodness. This game is crazy. This is gonna regen back up. I think we got there. We're gonna burn a card. We're gonna burn a card, but that's okay. We have everything that we need in our hand. So Yuan is kind of annoying, but we can just eat it up. Yeah, so we can block. We can block here, and we Harsh Winds this too. We take 0 damage. And we can start eating up their units. I can't believe this Udyr is so far behind though. This Udyr is so far behind. An opponent gave up because they got locked down. Oh my goodness. Let's go. Oh, I could have played that Udyr. Obviously, I got in the 0-cost answer, but I can't believe that actually ended up working out. GG's. Oh my goodness. Tahm Kench lockdown. Veigar Trundle. So this was from a video that I posted about 3 months ago, and a few of you did like it. We had about 3K views, which is usually the standard for our channel, but seems pretty good. I think a lot of people got a lot of comments. So the old list that I showcased on that day 3 months ago was this list. And I think I got this list from Vivo, or it might have been Trivo, that was playing this list back during that time. And they were the only ones kind of spamming this Veigar Trundle. I actually wonder if I actually made in the comments who gave me the list. No, I do not have who gave me that list, who I got that list from. But this is the old list that we had before that day. Obviously, it's very controlling because you're playing both Shadow Owls and Frelia. We went from this to the list that I'm going to showcase today, which is going to be here. So in the 3 months, there's not a lot of things that I have changed. The only thing that I have changed here, I don't know why Veigar looks different. Okay, there we go. The only thing I changed here is that I actually went up to 2 Harsh Winds, right? So I got rid of the Despair, and I got rid of 1 Well to go up to 2 Harsh Winds. So down to 1 Well, no Despair, and 2 Harsh Winds. And that's because the Harsh Winds, I think, is more important for us to be able to deal with the Aatrox matchup, be able to kind of slow down that big 10-10 that's going to slam at us, right? Or any of the other units. So that's why I ended up choosing the Harsh Winds over the Despair. Aside from that, that's the only thing that I changed. The rest of the deck is exactly the same. The triple Quatus is really good against equipment. You have the 1-3 Sisters plus 2 Harsh Winds to do the freezes, Battle Feast, Miscall to bring Veigar back. Because again, the goal with this deck is that we want to bring back Veigar and make sure that Veigar gets at least the darkness to 3, 4, or 5, so that Descent Attack can then later come in and clear the opponent's board. This deck ends up playing multiple Ruinations because the darkness can become a one-sided Ruination with the Descent Attack. So you're kind of stalling out long enough for then Descent Attack to come down, clear the opponent's board, and then you kind of go from there to get value to win the game. It's kind of similar to Nora Veigar in that regards, where Descent Attack can just clear the board, except with a further IO splash in there. The deck, I think the one game that we're going to showcase today, it did okay. Very long game, but hope you all enjoy it. And if you want to try this out, you'll find the deck list on this below. So enjoy the game of Veigar Trundle, and let's see the next one after that. In this match, we're going to against Action, Varus, and Sivir. The spell shield from Sivir is very annoying. I like the Veigar a lot. The Descent Attack is a little bit too early. Harsh Winds could be really good in this matchup, but I kind of feel like I can just get the Harsh Winds later. So Trundle is good, Vengeance is good, Ruination not as great, Miscall good to keep our Veigar alive so that we at least get Darkness to go to 3. So this guarantees the Darkness to go to 3 at least. Aspel Archer could be good at like putting the Frostbite on one of their enemies, on one of their units.
Slightly.
If the opponent plays the equipment here, like if they play the 3-mana equipment, the Gliving Glaive, I think I actually do Vengeance this action. I might just Vengeance it anyways. No, because I want to have access to the Miscall next turn to be able to bring the Veigar back alive. And we can always just kill this guy, right? So I don't think it's a big deal. I don't even think I'd do the Spell Feast because I need to be able to pop the Spell Shield if they go for the Spell Shield eventually, right? We're gonna do this. This is gonna give us access to Miscall. Yeah, this is Swinging Glaive. Okay, now we can Vengeance, right? So we can now Vengeance, and this is why we kept the Battle Feast so that we don't lose to a Spell Shield. So we can Vengeance the action. We could also just do a plus, go ahead and just do the +3 on the action if the opponent gets greedy. I mean, attack with 3 here.
Gonna make a meal of
We lose the Veigar though. We lose the Veigar. So I'm losing to momentous choice if I go for this Darkness here. I could play the Miscall to bring this thing back. Okay, so, okay. I don't want to give him the hit. Opponent must have a way to save action, right? They purposely left this alive so that they could save the action. Like, they purposely didn't care about the darkness. They have to have momentous choice or another way to save it. We cannot be the momentous choice. I do want to do the darkness. What if we just go for the darkness here? What if we go for the darkness here? Bait out the momentous choice. Play the missed call. Shapestone? Okay, we beat the Shapestone. We beat the Shapestone. We don't beat another buff. We don't beat another buff, but at least this also gives us another blocker. They actually only have Shapestone. Wow. And we can still do the missed call, even if we lose. Even if we lose this here, we can still do the missed call. Making our darkness now be to 4. Boom. We almost lost that missed call, by the way, by blocking by the Spiderling. I completely forgot about that, so don't make the same mistake that I did. If we don't block with the Spiderling, we guarantee this missed call. But we blocked with the Spiderling, so we actually made it a 50-50. I don't know why I didn't think about that until after I did it, so... Just be careful, you play it a little bit slower than I did.
Love it when they run.
They need to play the Relic of Power, right? So I don't think they're never passing back here. I wanted to play the Relic of Power first, and then we'll go for the Blighted Ravine. Yeah, that was such a big misplay on my part last time, by the way. It was a 50-50 on the miscall because we blocked with the Spider. Just because I didn't want to take that 3 damage. Because I wanted to Ravine this turn. So it's one of those scenarios where I was already thinking a step ahead. I didn't think about the current turn happening right now. So, yeah, we're going to play the Blighted Ravine now. Opponent can save one of their units, right? They can put this on the Merciless Hunter, for example, and keep the Merciless Hunter alive. Next turn, we have Harsh Wind, so I'm not too concerned about this. No matter what, the opponent's going to lose at least 2 units now. And the action is going to go on to 1 HP, or they're going to lose 3 units. So they can choose. They can put this on the action and lose 3 units, or they can let the action go to 1 HP and then lose to a second battle phase. By the way, we don't care. Well, you choose to do both. You chose to do both. Interesting. We don't care that this Veigar dies anymore because all we wanted was to get darkness big enough so that this girl comes down and just completely ruins the opponent's day. Opponent even gives us the chance here to do the Icebell Archer, so now they're going to have a buff to actually be able to push damage. Yeah, so now this girl is ruining his day next turn. We could also just play the Darkness, by the way. But I think I want to save this Darkness to actually kill one of their units, right? By playing the Icebell Archer, I stop their action attack. And if the opponent plays another unit, like the Cultist here, we can still play the Darkness. Am I okay just playing this Darkness, or do I just actually go for the Harsh Winds play? I might actually not play the Darkness here. Because we lose to another Shapestone, we lose to a Momentous, right? And then we won't be able to keep Veigar alive. I did say I don't care about Veigar being alive, but honestly, if Veigar stays alive with us having access to Dessa and Ada, that's kind of nice. Because Veigar's going to level up right away, and he's going to give us a Darkness every turn. Sandstone Charger? Okay, so we're going to go for the Harsh Winds. I was thinking about which spell I wanted to use. I guess if the opponent has access to Momentous or Shapestone, we're always losing anyways. So I need to play around and not having any buff here. By having the Harsh Winds, right? So they did have the Shapestone. Please tell me you're not gonna drag like this. Right?
Stay back.
Now you need to have another buff, otherwise you lose your action. You're going against Freljord, and you're not playing around Harsh Winds. They lose the second action. Don't get any value from the Swinging Glaive. Next turn, we can play... The problem is that the Dessa and Ada doesn't actually level us up yet, right? Yeah, the Dessa and Ada doesn't level us up because this is only dealing 6. We could have just passed and waited for the opponent to commit something, and then play the Desendeata. Or we can just save the Desendeata as our bulk here for next turn, right? So, I'm gonna go ahead and just land this now. Force the opponent to... Because now the opponent cannot replay the Swinging Glaive in whatever unit they summon this time, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and slam this now. You have the Furious Wielder. You get to kill our Veigar. Cool, but Veigar already did his job. Sucks that we couldn't level up the Veigar, but that's fine. You don't have a unit to put the Lucky Find on. Yes, you do. If you do that, you're still taking 7, which I guess is worth it for them, because the Lucky Find lets them advance the Warlord Sword. Opponent cannot go for the Resurrection anymore, because he brings back the Sandstorm Charger. They can play. They're gonna have to play the Phantom Power next turn, right? They're gonna have to play the Phantom Power next turn to draw 2 cards. We do get punished by... We do get punished by a Battle Negation on the Desendeata. But again, the purpose of this deck, Veigar could be an alternate win condition, yes, but all you care about is so that Veigar stays long enough so that Desendeata can just clear any opponent's board. And we have enough tools to do that. I mean, we have so much removal here that even if the opponent has Sivir or Varus, I'm not scared. You have to draw. I'm not sure what the opponent's thinking about. You just have to draw here, yeah. Now you have 5 cards, and you have to do what you can with those 5 cards. Unfortunately, we don't have enough to actually play 2 spells here. So, for example, the opponent could technically actually find lethal. Opponent could technically find lethal. I do want to play the Ice Pillar out. I was thinking that it's probably better to just play the Desendeata and just threaten the darkness. There is a world where the opponent can find lethal if they have a second Varus and just pull the Icefall Archer. So then I need to keep the mana for Vengeance, I think. I need to keep the mana for Vengeance, I think.
As I do mine.
There is a world where they have like... Because the Varus is going to cost 2. There's the Absolver now. They need to have enough for the Spell Shield on the Varus. We could play out the Rabin that lets us heal 2. That puts us at 17. If they play the second Absolver, they're losing, right? The Spell Shield still costs 1. Okay, they lost the game. We can just Vengeance Varus and we're okay.
There's a price to pay.
Yeah, so we just Vengeance the Varus and we're okay. Right?
You got a problem?
We just Vengeance the Varus and we're okay. Sucks that the Fanatic stays alive, but I mean, it's not impossible to deal with, I guess. He does have the Spell Shield. And now he also has Challenger. I mean, we have a second Vengeance, so it should be fine. The opponent's gonna have access to the Darking Bow. We can actually just straight up kill it right here with the Ada.
That's a first.
We don't have to actually spend this. We don't actually have to spend this darkness, right? We don't have to actually spend this darkness. Another thing we can do is actually just swipe the board. Okay, I was gonna say you can play Withering Well and then kill everything. So if I kill this now... I think we... Because I wanna have this Withering Well to have a Vengeance available for us. So I think I'm just gonna go like this. This doesn't die, right? So the opponent's gonna have to have another card to actually be able to kill this. It's just gonna be an Unforgiving Call. Alright. This still stays alive though. And we can still go for the darkness. I was thinking I wanted to be able to stop that Varus from potentially doing lethal next turn. I still think that's correct, by the way. I still think it's correct for me to keep my Whale mana. So I need to keep my Whale mana to be able to remove the spell shield. To be able to remove a spell shield. We could also just straight up play Ruination next turn. I'm gonna go here. This is gonna let the opponent play Barrows, but the opponent's only gonna have 2 cards left. And we have enough mana to play Vengeance plus Well to remove a Spell Shield next turn on the Barrows. So this is not really bothering me either. The opponent's gonna have to open and try to kill the pillar. They get to kill the Death and the Ada. Okay, and we also get Harshwinds, alright. So Harshwinds is even better because we can play Harshwinds and the Ada, as well as kill the Fanatic. Right? So now we can go like this. We kill the Fanatic. The Barrows does no damage. We can play the second Death and Ada, clear the board, push for 14 damage next turn. Opponent has no way to kill this anymore. And that's their second Barrows. We kill 2 action, we kill 2 Barrows. The opponent still keeps the equipment with all that damage. Random negation, okay. If we didn't get the Harshwinds, they could have technically had like... Okay, so we have 2 options. We could go... I think we just go like this. We go for lethal, because even if the opponent has Furious Will there, we can just Vengeance the Barrows. This also makes the Barrows reset the bow anyways, right? So this makes the Barrows reset the bow. So even if the opponent does have access to be able to, you know, like, they would need to have a lot of cards to make these Barrows go back to the 14 damage that it had. That's the weakness of our Barrows, that the bow resets. So I think we got it. It took us a while, but you can kind of see the power of the Death and the Ada. It adds up pretty quickly. I don't even need to do anything, I don't think. Let's keep all our mana. Yeah, double Vengeance. Yeah, Random Negation and Spell Shield would have been really bad if we didn't draw Harshwinds, because the opponent could be able to negate both my units. Ooh, and he's gonna get a lot of draw here, actually. I forgot about them playing Unending Wave.
A greater power lurks beyond darkness.
I don't want to play Ruination, right?
Arda's gonna make a meal.
Don't want to play the Ruination. So we're gonna lose that for free. We can kill the Barrows. I guess let's just restart. Let's just restart. We're gonna lose our units anyway. That way I don't have to actually use my other stuff. This is probably the best. This is probably the only Ruination I'm gonna get this game. So let's just go ahead and do it. Opponent's down to 1 card. We have 5 cards. All we need to draw is just Veigar or anything else. Or Trundle, and we should be okay. Opponent lost both Barrows. They only have action and Silver left. And that's our Veigar. This should let us win the game now. Boom. The Darkness goes face, deals the last 3, and Veigar actually is gonna finish the game after all the trash that we talked about. How Veigar didn't matter. Yeah, GG's. That's honestly, control decks can be a little bit awkward sometimes. So you get like these hands where you have a lot of removal, like you have like you saw in this game. But it's always fun when you can just stop the opponent from just playing anything. So yeah, Veigar Trundle still seems a little bit okay. Don't know if it's... I think it's a little bit too slow, right, for the current meta. I think if that was an Aatrox instead of a Barrows, I think we're going to be in a lot of trouble. So, GG's. So, this next deck is actually going to be one that some of you might have seen because I posted about it twice. And it's going to be Turbo Rek'Sai with Mono Shurima. The last time I posted this video was about 5 months ago, about 2.9k views. And then I actually posted this 10 months ago, close to the beginning of my channel. Back when I was even getting that many views back there, 260 views. Let's look at this. Oh my goodness, it's weird kind of seeing me back from 10 months ago. But the idea, oh, look at that, Andy supporting us all from the start. So the idea with this deck, if you haven't seen it before, is that you can turbo level Rek'Sai by just playing Mono Shurima. Right? So the idea is that this deck can level up Rek'Sai by turn 4, 5, or 6 super early on, just because you're able to just buff up your Rek'Sai with a lot of the combat buffs like Shape Stone, Unleash Energy, Ruthless Predator, etc. And just push a ton of damage because Rek'Sai is still an overwhelm unit. and it's very hard for opponents to deal with a freaking 10 power overwhelm unit on turn 4 or turn 5, just because of how quick she can level up in this deck. The reason that we're playing Mono Shurima is because with Mono Shurima, the very Sundays automatically gets summoned to your field, which automatically enables your Shapestone and gives you a target for Unleash Energy. Unleash Energy gives +4 to Rek'Sai if you destroy the Sundays. So it's really easy. +4 plus the one that Rek'Sai gives herself. That's already +5. So all you need is one Ruthless Predator, one Shapestone, or having hit Lurk a couple times, or Golden Ambassador giving you a 5/8 Rek'Sai to just be able to level up Rek'Sai if you have Unleash Energy in your hand. Now, this deck is all about Rek'Sai, right? So we want a hard mulligan for Rek'Sai. And again, we're able to just buff them. We do play all the, I guess, all the Lurker cards from Shurima. Like, we're playing the Hatchling, the Color, the Under-Titan, and the Doombreaker. Because, you know, every time that we hit Lurk also helps us out with leveling up Rek'Sai even quicker. And additionally, you know, if Rek'Sai is not enough to finish up the game, like if the opponent has Vengeances or the opponent has like stuns, then you can also rely on the Under-Titan and Doombreaker to finish up games, because they can get pretty big as well in this type of deck, because you can buff them up really easily. But really the key here with this deck is Golden Ambassador, right? Golden Ambassador guarantees that you get a Rek'Sai in your hand that's gonna be a 5/8, right? So now that it's a 5/8, all you need is literally a couple of buffs. Just one Unleash Energy is enough, for example, right? Because if it becomes a 5/8, one Unleash Energy takes it to 9, and then the Rek'Sai gives itself +1, gets you right away to 10. Like, it's so easy to just level Rek'Sai on turn 5 if you have Golden Ambassador and then you have attack token on 5. Or turn 6. There's even times, if you look at my older videos on this deck, which again will be in the description, that I have been able to level up Rek'Sai on turn 4. That's how nasty this deck can be. And again, very hard for opponents to be able to deal with this. There is a deck that I actually didn't change a single card. So this is the same deck list that I posted 5 months ago. Because I think the combo is already super clean as it is, and it doesn't need any changes. So again, you can look at those videos in the past if you want to get more gameplay. Today I'm only going to show you 2 games with this deck because they went pretty fast. But yeah, hope you enjoy them, and I'll see you in a little bit. In this matchup, we're going against Cannon Ari Shadow Owls. So the opponent's also going back to the past with us. I like this whole hand. I like this whole hand a lot. The Hatchling can push some damage early on, especially if we hit the Lurk. The Color's gonna let us predict, allowing us to hit the Lurk again. And the Ambassador gives us a Rek'Sai that's gonna be a 5/6. The opponent could easily have access to like Homecoming, so that's the one thing I have to be careful about, or also Concussive Palm. They could have Gohar here. They don't have it. Hit the Lurk, hit the Lurk. Oh, we hit the Lurk too? We hit the Lurk too, so that's actually not bad whatsoever. That's gonna give us quite a bit of pressure, because the opponent's gonna have to start dealing with this third side Hatchling so that they don't take that much damage. This might be a game where we actually play more for the Lurk cards than we do for Rek'Sai. Because we don't have any hand buffs, right? We don't have any hand buffs that can actually let us buff that Rek'Sai to actually level up right away. We are gonna almost always guarantee we get another Hatchling. Ironically, we don't, I mean, I guess we're fine, right? We're fine because we can go, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. That's gonna be 6 more damage here. Opponent's gonna block here, but this is not a good trade. Opponent gave something ephemeral. Maybe this is one of those combo decks that is using the... Oh, no, maybe they're using the Black Flame, so they don't care about giving ephemeral. Because they can just put the Black Flame on the cannon, for example, even if it has ephemeral. They use the Homecoming now? Okay, my next attack, our Rek'Sai is gonna be at 7. It's not enough. We need to top deck a buff. We need to top deck a Shapestone, right? We will need to top deck a Shapestone on an Unleash Energy to actually get the Rek'Sai to be where we need it to be, right? Because this is gonna be 7. With the Rek'Sai, it's gonna be 8. We can guarantee the Lurk, and it will take us to 9. So we're missing just 1. We're missing just 1 trigger. We're missing 1 trigger. Opponent should just drop, right? Okay, I know you have a unit that costs 0, so I think I can take this. Because I can put pressure as the Golden Ambassador being another unit, right? Please give me a buff. Please give me a buff. No. At most, we can only get to 9. I guess what we can do is Hatchling, Color, instead of the Rek'Sai this turn. Set up for the Overwhelm next turn. Yeah, go for a second Collar here. We hit the Lurk. So now we're guaranteed to have a level of Rek'Sai next turn. Ah, there we go. So this is what they're playing. I was wondering what they were playing. I think we don't need to sun this. I don't think we need to sun this anymore. I think we just put as much pressure as possible, right? This is 4. Yeah, we might not even get to level of Rek'Sai this game, right? Because the opponent's gonna have to block with everything and sacrifice their units. Yeah, they're gonna have to block with everything. Because they're gonna have to lose either the Disciple or the Ari. They decide to lose the Ari. Oh, they decide to lose both. They already used one Homecoming. We have double Rek'Sai in our hand. If we get another hand buff, we can definitely guarantee that we level up Rek'Sai. We want to actually no, the Homecoming doesn't work. It has to be a stun because if they're Homecoming, we just play her right back. Oh, that's a fun interaction. That is a fun interaction. I'll give them that. Let's go Doombreaker. And that way I have a blocker against the Deathless Knight. Right? The buddy gives us Ephemeral as well. We have a blocker for the Deathless Knight. Opponent doesn't have enough units. He's okay, opponent's trying to do a fun combo. I feel bad. I feel bad that I'm just hitting them with these Lurk cards. Let me level up Rek'Sai at least. Let me level up Rek'Sai at least. Please, don't stun me. Don't concussive palm me. Please, opponent. I know you don't want to do this to us. Please. Yeah, if it's Homecoming, we can just replay Rek'Sai, so the Homecoming doesn't work. It has to be exactly concussive palm. It has to be exactly concussive palm. Homecoming doesn't work. We guarantee the Rek'Sai Lurk because we can do the pack into one of our. How did we get all our, like, how the heck did we get all our Lurk cards this game? This makes no sense. We get the Rek'Sai level up. Boom, boom, boom. Get a bunch more units. Opponent has to block everything this time, and that's not enough. I guess they could have Homecoming now, right? They could have Homecoming now to stop the Overwhelm, but you have 2 Overwhelms that are pushing damage. And a bunch of Fearsome as well, when you don't have any Fearsome blockers. So they cannot block the Fearsomes. They cannot block the Overwhelms. Even if you have Homecoming, you still take 2 plus 12. So you take 14. And there we go. Now, this is a weird game, because usually whenever I play this deck, I never get this many Lurk cards. We literally got all our Lurk units that we main deck, right? Like, we literally got both of these. We got all of these ones here. We had another Hatchling that we lost. So we got all 3 Hatchling. We got 2 Colors. We got 2 Doombreakers. 1 on the Titan. And had the double Rek'Sai. There's the Homecoming, but like I said, that's not going to be enough. Because of the Overwhelm pushes the last damage that we need. And that's game. Couldn't let us see the Rek'Sai attack, right? GG's. In this match, we're going against Gwen Bane. Gwen Bane. The problem that I'm going to have in this matchup, the fact that I want to be able to, like, block, right? The Chronomancer is amazing because we're attacking on turn 2. I think I want a hard mulligan. I want a hard mulligan to see if I can get a Rek'Sai or a way to draw Rek'Sai, and we get the Ambassador, right? So you want to have ways to actually be able to draw the Rek'Sai. You don't care about keeping the Unleashed Energy yet because you don't have Rek'Sai, right? If you don't have Rek'Sai, then you hard mulligan for Rek'Sai. I kept the Chronomancer only because we're able to predict here on our turn 2 attack into a potential Rek'Sai. We don't get the Rek'Sai, but I don't hate having I don't hate hitting the lurk. I don't hate hitting the lurk because he gets our Rek'Sai already one attack higher. And we're gonna draw the Rek'Sai with the Golden Ambassador later. So let's go like this. I might commit the Shave Stone here anyways. Just to keep our blocker alive and kill their host. An opponent might decide to not go after it just because of that. Yeah, they're gonna go for it. It sucks because we lose the Shapestone, which is obviously needed for us to be able to level up the Rek'Sai. Yeah, one of our best ones, but we still have the Obelisk of Power and anything else that we predict from the Cersei collar to kind of potentially get us there. What I might actually do is play the Ambassador next turn, right? And have the Call the Pack. Because the thing here is that Rek'Sai comes down with an additional +2/+2, so it's already a 6/6, right? It's already a 6/6. Opponent's playing a really weird version. Opponent's playing a really weird version of this deck. We can throw the Rek'Sai back because of Call the Pack. Attack like this. And now Rek'Sai's already at 8/8. Which means that on our next attack, we should be able to just win with Rek'Sai into the Ruthless Predator. The opponent can put the Darking Ages if they want, that way they don't lose with this attack, but they decide not to. Yeah, so our Rek'Sai is an 8/8. Why take that attack? You have no health. Sharp Sight? Do we play the Ruthless Predator here? Do I care? I don't think I care, right? Because I can just play the Hatchling here and I still have a blocker. Huh. What an interesting attack. We're just gonna play Rek'Sai here. We're gonna play Rek'Sai. There is an 8/8 that the opponent has to deal with. Vengeance? Okay. So they get the Vengeance, right? But we have a second Rek'Sai that's gonna come down later on. That's why I didn't mind. We can go for the Hatchling here. Just start pushing a lot of damage. Rek'Sai is gonna be Rek'Sai is gonna be pretty strong. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. We also have the Doomkeeper now to be really strong too. We can actually just play the Doomkeeper out. Maybe the opponent has like a Ruination that they have in their hand. Yeah, we can just play the Doombreaker out like this. Because we have enough mana to play the Golden Ambassador into Rek'Sai next turn. So we don't need to actually draw the Rek'Sai right now. We can just make it start presenting more damage. Opponent's playing like a control version of this deck, which I did not expect, right? The Vengeance is not something that I expected in that type of deck. Let's go ahead and go for the Obelisk so that we can actually kill these Hollow Dancers. Yeah, I want to make sure that we kill the Eternal Dancers. Just so the opponent has no more units here that can actually kill me. We have enough to actually play out the Hatchling and the Ambassador. I'm gonna play the Hatchling first. See what the opponent plays. I don't want to show them that I have access to another Rek'Sai, because now they tapped out of the Vengeance, and now we can play the second Rek'Sai and we win the game there. Now let's hope that the opponent actually lets us play her out. Cataclysm? Sure. Ironic, I mean, yeah, that wouldn't have worked anyways, so they're going all in on the Eternal Dance. I mean, the opponent didn't get their champions, but we ended up getting our combo a lot later than I expected. Let's just go ahead and pull this, just to make sure that, I mean, we were never going to miss it, but just in case, let's just have as big of a Rek'Sai as we can. And there we go. GG's. I love this deck. It can combo out so quickly. It was a little bit slower this time just because we were playing against Shadow Isles having Vengeance. But if the opponent doesn't Vengeance that Rek'Sai, we would have gotten that Rek'Sai attack off in turn 6 and leveled her up there. So GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoyed those games. I know I sure did. I had a lot of fun revisiting all 4 of these decks. Honestly, the face of this deck should be Tahm Kench, and the face of this deck should be Veigar instead of Udyr and Trundle. But you see what I'm talking about and how fun revisiting these archetypes can be. Don't know how good they actually are in the current meta, so proceed at your own risk. But it's always fun to play these decks and kind of see how they do. We even got to see that two of these decks, the Sumpworks and the Rek'Sai, didn't really change at all. I didn't think there was anything that I needed to change to actually make them playable in this meta. And even the Veigar Trundle really only got a small change. It was really that Udyr deck that got changed a lot because obviously Udyr got reworked. So we didn't need to lean that heavily into the old level of condition anymore. I had a blast. I hope you all did too watching this different video. And again, like I mentioned in the intro, if there's any deck that you really like that I showcased months ago, post it below. Let me know, and maybe it makes it through our next edition of this video 2 weeks from now. Otherwise, aside from that, I mean, I appreciate all your support. It's been a long journey since we started this channel, so I'm kind of glad that I'm able to go back and look at some of these old videos and kind of see how they did as well, and see all the support and some of the familiar faces. If you're someone that's been around, you know, if one of these decks was the reason that you joined this channel, let me know in the comments, and I really want to know as well, and kind of give you a shout out there. But anyways, appreciate you all for watching. I will see you all again tomorrow. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. You can also find us on Twitch. Sirturmund, we stream every now and then. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below, as well to the links to all these old videos and all the deck lists. And look at my nice little Christmas gift. I got a little baby Yoda PJs. So cool stuff. But anyways, love you all. See you all tomorrow.